Right, I'm showing this from scratch. You can see I've got nothing. There's nothing there. So let's see what I did. So I need to add something first of all. So I'm picking a colour. I want to make something a colour. I'm calling it red. Now, what colour should it be? I know. We'll have a red for red. Right, now just make it a reasonable size. 600 width, 400 height. Make it manageable. Now top left, so Control D puts it in the middle. Something I often forget is it hinges everything around the top left. Everything is relative to, you can see, top left. So I change it to center. And now you can see that the top left that it used to be is now in the middle, which is why it moved. And I've now locked it. So the next thing, having got it there, we want to do something with it. So what I will be doing is adding what they call filters, but they're basically controls, make it do something. So let's carry on. So that is the scene. Let's add a filter. So the one we want is called Move Source. So what we're going to do, first of all, we have a reset. So if everything goes wrong, we can at least put it back where it started. Make sure we got the right source. Red. We don't need anything. We just need to get transform means remember. So now if everything goes wrong, we can put it back where it came from. So let's make another one. So this one we're going to call Move Up. Now this is where it will be useful just to see what these things do. Here we've got transform, and that is where it is. The X and Y coordinates, where it is up and down, how big it is, it's obviously 1, it's not rotated, so that is it. So when I do get transform, it remembers that. Right, now the thing I'm messing about with is a variation on that. So if I press transform relative, you can see all of the X, Y, etc. is all set to 0. The scale X, scale Y, you see you've got an asterisk. They are relative, so if you put a 1 in there, it's just going to multiply it by 1. So 1 by 1, basically stay where you are. So what I will be doing, this one adjusts itself. So if I put a number in there, then it will add or subtract that to where it is already, which is where we get the movement. Okay, so let's get going. So now we've got to move up, right? So if I coming down, I am going to, I'm turning off easing, right? Okay, now we've got the thing here. What we're going to be doing, we're moving up. So up and down is Y. Along the corridor is X, up the stairs is Y. So we've now made it minus 10 pixels. So when we activate it, it will move. Okay, so let's make another one. So that's moving up. Let's move it down. So we're just copying that filter to make sure we got red still. I mean, there's only one source, but got to make sure. Right, no easing. Right. So now it was minus 10 to move up. So now we want plus 10 to go down. So reset. There you go. So we just tested it. Right, now we're going to start moving left and right, which is adjusting the X. So we're going to add and subtract to the x. So what's this? We're moving left. Make sure we're using the right thing. There's only one, so it doesn't matter. No easing. So transform relatives, and now we're adjusting x. And I think going left, we've got to put a minus. So it's minus 10. So let's have a look. There you go. So it works. Up and down. Reset to make sure. There it went. Slid back to where it should have been. Now we're going to move right. I mean, we can call the filters anything, but obviously it makes sense to call them what they are. Now, if that was minus 10, we're going to make this one 10. And remember, this is adding or subtracting what it's got at the moment. So we're doing a relative, right, so there you go right, left, down, up, reset, make sure we haven't broken anything. Now I'm going to just do a zooming, and remember the scale is not a value, it's multiply it by. So we've got red, no easing. The easing is starts off slowly, then it goes, and then before it arrives, it puts the brakes on, which is a pain. All I want it to do is go A to B. I don't care about the let's start, go, and then slow down. No easing, boom. That's what it does. So, right, let's carry on. So here we are. I'm now messing about with the scaling. So for zooming in, I'm going to make it 1.1, which will increase it by. Now remember, I've got to do the top and the sides. Otherwise, I will only move one of them. So I've got to make both of them. So there you go. So I'm moving up and down, and there. I'm just making sure, right, so that was zoom in, so obviously zoom out. Now you can't do a minus. If you multiply something by a minus, the computer doesn't like it. So you've got to do a 0 point something to make it adjust. So we've got the no easing still. Transform relative, so that was 1. So what's it? I've changed it to 0.9, have I? Yeah. So you multiply something by a number less than 1, it's going to make it smaller. So if you try and multiply by a minus, yes, it doesn't like it. So the top to bottom and the sides, we have now made 0.9 of what they were before. So, oh look, going away, something works, and then coming back, and then we got all of the relative left, right, up, down, and then boom, have I broken anything? And it would appear not. So that is what I've been doing. You see, it isn't difficult. So before I was making lots of these things, whereas when I contacted him, he said you don't need to move values, just use the move source. Of course, he didn't tell me what to do, but I knew. Okay, right. Back to my coffee. Bye.